So the gas discovery in the Black Sea, it looks colossal in TPAO's own words, but it begs the question, what is next? How prospective do you think the area surrounding the Sakarya-1 field or Sakarya field is from the perspective of TPAO and Turkish government?
Well, first of all, technical details aside, this is a major discovery. This is the first ever largest discovery of any natural gas resource in our continental shelf in the Black Sea or in the Mediterranean or Aegean. It's a result of years of work on developing our own capacities for not only energy but for our economic abilities to explore, partner with other countries, develop this technical capability, and it's also a result of a different approach to our own geography, actually. For a long time, the famous statement that geography is your destiny has been used in a rather negative sense, but here it has a positive significance. Turkey is surrounded by 3 seas, major seas, and now we have found natural gas in the Black Sea. That's really, really important for Turkey's economy. Turkey has been a transit country in the energy sector. Now Turkey will be an energy producing country. That's a new dimension, a very significant one. That makes Turkey more than just a producer of energy, but it puts Turkey at a different level in terms of strategic location, relations, regional and global affairs.
And how likely it is for Turkey to find more gas in the Black Sea, based on your initial findings in the Tuna-1 well?
Based on what our technical experts are telling us, there is a much greater potential. It's just the beginning of what they've discovered yesterday. And it's quite likely that as they continue this drilling over the next few months, they will be able to make a deeper assessment of what is available there, but the chances are that it will lead to other fields.
And in terms of drilling, after the Tuna-1 well, which I understand is not complete yet, they're still continuing to spud deeper into the earth, but there are going to be new exploratory wells in the same region that's going to be immediately drilled.
True, that is true. So the work will continue for exploration as well as drilling at the same time. Because we're very hopeful that it will lead to other fields in the same area, next to Tuna-1 and perhaps in other areas as well. And of course, we will continue to explore in other parts of the Black Sea, as well as in the Eastern Mediterranean, in other parts of the Mediterranean around Cyprus and other places as well. So we are very much hopeful. We are very encouraged by this discovery, which was announced yesterday by our president. We believe that it will lead to the discovery of new fields.
That brings us to the next question about EastMed. There are license areas issued by the Greek Cypriot administration of Cyprus that overlaps with some of the areas that Turkey continues to be part of its own exclusive economic zone, or let's say it's under its own jurisdiction. Does Turkey have an immediate plan to start exploration or drilling in any of those overlapping areas in the wake of this massive find in the Black Sea?
We already have our Oruç Reis ship doing exploratory work in the Eastern Mediterranean. It will continue its work. There are disputed areas, but they are disputed in the sense that the Greek side makes some maximalist claims in the Eastern Mediterranean. For example, around the Castellariza Island. They claim about 40,000 square kilometer area for themselves, which is illogical because it's a very small island and only 2 kilometers away from the Turkish shore, and it's 580 kilometers away from the Greek mainland. And they claim 40,000 square kilometer area. I mean, can you imagine that? That means that Turkey is locked down in the Antalya harbor, and even our fishermen cannot go out without, according to this logic, without getting permit from the Greek side. So that's simply not acceptable. We would like to see all these disputes to be resolved through negotiation with the Greek side. We don't recognize the Greek Cypriot side, therefore we do not engage with them, but we believe it's in the interest of everyone living on the island to start this dialogue between the Turkish Cypriot and the Greek Cypriot sides on the island, and around this areas around the island. But we will continue our exploration work in the Eastern Mediterranean in the areas which we believe belong to the Turkish continental shelf.
Does that mean you don't have an immediate drilling plan that would sort of derail any chances of sort of diplomacy? Because we saw that you gave a chance to diplomacy. It didn't seem to have worked out quite the way that you probably wanted to do. So is there a plan to start drilling now that diplomacy didn't work, or you're going to wait more?
There's always room for diplomacy. Our president has taken a very constructive approach, supported the German initiative to advance this diplomatic process. And we stopped Oruç Reis, as you know, from sailing about a month ago to give a chance to diplomacy. But unfortunately, only a day before we were going to make an announcement, Turkey and Greece, to start or to resume exploratory talks between the two countries, the Greek side signed an agreement with Egypt. And that was a major upset that undermined much of the work that we have done over the last few months to give a chance to diplomacy and to move forward this dialogue between Turkey and Greece in the Eastern Mediterranean, Aegean, and other related issues between Turkey and Greece. And unfortunately, the Greek side decided to go that way. It not only undermines the work that we've been doing with German mediation, but also it complicates the situation in the Eastern Mediterranean, meaning that the Greek side will not give up on its maximalist claims in the Eastern Mediterranean. If they want to have dialogue and resolve these issues through negotiations, first they have to talk to Turkey. We are neighboring countries, we share all these areas together, and while we were in the thick of this negotiations, the fact that they go and do this agreement with Egypt in total rejection of what we've been doing is a sign of their overall approach, which is not constructive. Therefore, we will continue our work in the Eastern Mediterranean, but again, we do not want to see any escalation, any tensions in the Eastern Mediterranean. Greece is a neighboring country, and we would like to resolve our issues not only on the issue of Eastern Mediterranean, but a number of other issues, such as the situation of the Turkish Muslim minority in Western Thrace, the election of muftis, the mosque issue in Athens, the Turkish schools, half of which have been closed, unfortunately, in the last 25 years or so, and the minority rights of the Turkish Muslim community there, and other issues related to the Aegean, such as military confidence building talks and the like.